Let's look at this question. 6 friends, Anita, Babita, Saira, Dinu, Ishita, and Farman decided to go for shopping to purchase items, namely t-shirt, bag, ring, shoes, and wristband, having cost as rupees 1100 per piece, 1800 per piece, 400 per piece, 4500 per piece, 4500 per pair, and 300 per piece, respectively. Okay, the word respectively is awesome when it comes to DILR. So for price wise, we have t-shirt, we have bag, we have ring and shoes and wristband. Okay, and wristband, and prices are 1100, 1800, and 400, and 4500, and 300. Okay, the prices are also known. Together they purchased a total 22 items and spent rupees 2900 and 3200 and 4700 and 5500 and 5600 and 7100 in any order. These friends belong to 6 different places of NCR: Saket, Vikaspuri, Lajpat Nagar, Ghaziabad, Noida, and Preet Vihar, not necessarily in that order. 6 friends, 6 places are given. The following is also known. The number of items purchased by each friend was neither less than 2 nor more than 4. Okay. So the number of items purchased by people can be 2 or 3 or 4. This gives us a lot of information. Look at 2900. How can 2900 be made? It can be made with either 1100 plus 1800, or it can be made with 300 plus 400 plus 400 plus 1800, or 2900 can be made using 300 plus 400, 300 plus 400 plus how much? 1100 and 1100. Is there any other way? Not really. With 11, I need 18 more. So 18 more can be done with 11, 4, 3. It can be done with 18 more. With 18, I need 11 more. So that is done. And then 18, 4, 4, 3. That is also possible. 400 ke saath, whatever pairings could be made are already used up in 11 and 18. Anyway, 400 and everything is done. 4500 is too much. 300 is too small. So yes, these are the possibilities for 2900. For the items or the person who bought items worth 2900, these are the 3 cases. For 3200, it is absolutely awesome. See, 3200, from 1100 you need 2100. From 1100 you need 2100. So the only way this can be done is 11 plus 18 plus 300. 11 plus 18 plus 300. 1100 plus 1800 plus 300. From 1800 you need 1400. So 11 and 3 can do that. Nothing else can. Or 2 4s and 2 3s and 180. That would be 5 items. That is not allowed. Not done. With 4500 we don't have to care. With 300 we don't have to care. Okay. For 4700, the possibilities would be 18, 18, 11. 1800 plus 1800 plus 1100. See, how I'm arriving at these numbers is, if there are 2 items, the average price would be 2350, and I cannot have 2 items with 2350 as the average here. If I have 3 items, the average price would be 1500 something. For 1500 something, 18 and 11 seem to be good numbers. If I have 4 items, the average price would be 1100 something. If I have 4 items or 4700, if I have 4 items, I get 1100, 1800, 2900 already done. Then I get one more 1100, I get to 4000, but I can't get to 700 more. In order to get to 700 more, I need 2 items, which is not possible. So this is the only case for 4700. Okay. In addition to this, I'm not read the second part. At least 3 items of each type were purchased by 6 of them put together. If 3 items of each type are purchased, can I state with confidence, this will not have shoes, this will not have shoes, 2900 will not have shoes, 3200 will not have shoes, 4700 will not have shoes. So these people definitely have shoes. These people definitely have shoes, and all 3 of them have one pair of shoes bought. Okay. Now for 4500, now for 5500, if 4500 is done, how do I make 1000 more? It is 300, 300, 400, 300, 300, and 400. This is the only way possible. This grouping has to exist. Now I have to make 1100. This can be done in 2 ways. This can be done in 2 ways. Either I have 1100 or 300, 300, 400, 400. Either this grouping or 4500 and 1100 this way. Now I need 2600 here. Now I need 2600 here. For 2600, I can do it in 2 ways. Either 1100, 400, and 1100, or 1800, 400, and 400. Both these cases are possible. Both of these cases are possible. Now, we have these possibilities. For 3200, for 4700, and for 5500, we know precise outcomes. For 2900, for 5600, and for 7100, we don't know the precise outcomes. Let's read further. The amount spent by Babita, who had not purchased wristband was 300. The amount for Babita, who had not purchased wristband, was less than that by the friend who was from Lajpat Nagar. Okay, can I say, but more than that from friend of Saket? Now, for Babita, see good things. Babita has not purchased wristband, so she must not have the 300 items. So this cannot be Babita. This cannot be Babita. Also, we know Babita cannot be the lowest amount and Babita cannot be the highest amount because her amount is less than somebody who is from Lajpat Nagar and more than somebody from Saket. So this cannot be Babita. And also, this cannot be Babita. So there are only 2 possibilities for Babita in terms of spending, either 4700 or 5600. This is known. Next, Ishita from Vikaspuri purchased a single piece or pair of any type of items. Okay, Ishita from Vikaspuri could be in the first spot, could be in the second spot, cannot be in the third spot. This cannot be Ishita. Also, 5500 cannot be Ishita. It is 4500 and 1100. This can be Ishita. And regardless of what happens, whether we go 4500, 1100, 1100, 400, or 4500, 1800, 400, 400. See, the 1100 item is repeated here, 400 item is repeated here. So this cannot be Ishita. In fact, there is one more beautiful working that we can do. See the number of items purchased for each thing. Can you see? Let's say this has 3 items for certain. This has 3 items for certain. This has 4 items for certain. Here you either have 2 items or 4 items. Here you have 4 items for certain. And here you can have 2 or 4 items. Now see, we already have 3 plus 3 plus 4 plus 4. 14 items are definitely bought. But we were told a total of 22 items have to be bought. If a total of 22 items have to be bought, if a total of 22 items have to be bought, can you see? You cannot possibly have the 200 item here. You cannot possibly have the, sorry, 2 items here and 2 items here. It has to be 4 items and it has to be 4 items, which means this case is also uniquely known. It has to be this case. But for 2900, we are still unsure. For 2900, we are still unsure. We cannot have 2 items, but it can be 18, 3, 4, 4, or 11, 11, 4, 3. All of this can be done. Okay. Let us also try to ensure this condition of 3 items of each type. Do I have 1100 everywhere? At least 3 1100s. 1101, 1102, possibly 1100 here, 2 1100. So I can't really say if 1100 has been taken care of. Bag 1800. 1801, 1800, 1, 2. So 3 bags are there. Rings. No rings here, no rings here, 1 ring here, 2 rings here. So 3 rings are taken care of. Shoes, 3 shoes are already taken care of. Wristband, 1 wristband here, 2 wristbands here. Okay, okay, this is fine. But now, fun thing, one more fun thing. Can you see the beautiful thing? Ishita's condition. Ishita from Vikaspuri purchased a single piece or pair of any type of items. In 2900, now because there are only 2 possibilities left, either 400 is repeated or 1100 is repeated. One of the 2 has to be repeated. So Ishita can't be here either. Similarly, in 5600, 400 is repeated. So Ishita can't be here either, which means we can be certain Ishita from Vikaspuri is definitely spending 3200. Everything about Ishita is definitely known. Everything about Ishita is definitely known. Okay. Now for this is also done. Next, the friend who had spent the most had not purchased t-shirt. Okay. The friend who had spent the most had not purchased t-shirt. Friend from Noida purchased shoes. Okay. Spent the most is 7100. This person has not purchased t-shirt, which means the 1100, 400, 400 case is definitely out. So now we also know the precise items bought here. For all these 5 amounts spent, we know the precise items bought here. Additionally, now look at for t-shirts. There is no t-shirt in, there is 1 t-shirt in 3200. There is 1 t-shirt in 4700. There is no t-shirt in 5500. There is no t-shirt in 5600. There is no t-shirt in 7100. If we take this case for 2900, if we take this case for 2900, only 2 t-shirts will be bought. Only 2 t-shirts will be bought, and that too by 3200 fellow and 4700 fellow. The third t-shirt cannot be bought, which is to say, even this case is now ruled out. This is not possible. And now, even for 2900, we know precisely the split that exists. We know precisely the split that exists. We know Ishita Vikaspuri is here. But apart from that, nothing else can be definitively said. Okay. A friend from Noida had purchased shoes. So Noida can come here. Noida can come here. Okay, one of these 3 people are from Noida. The amount spent by, oh, one more thing. Let's see, do I have a precise location for Babita? Babita can't be here anymore. Babita can't be at the first spot. Babita can't be at the second spot. What was information? She had not purchased a wristband. Oh, Babita couldn't be here. I've already recorded here. Babita can't be in the first spot, can't be in the second spot. So Babita could be in the third or the 5th spot, 4700 or 5600. 4700 or 5600. Both of these are possible for, no. You also know this wonderful thing. We also know this wonderful thing. Babita has not purchased a wristband. That is worth 300. So 5600 already has 300. So Babita can't be here either. So Babita can only be at one spot. Babita has to be here. Babita has to be at 4700. This is also guaranteed. Let me remove these. Sorry, not this. Let me remove these things because this is clogging up the space and I already have all I need with regards to this. So Babita, Ishita. I'm also getting rid of all these unacceptable cases so I have more space available. Babita and Ishita, we have already allocated. Babita and Ishita, we have already allocated. Okay. Next, Parmin was from Gazia. Oh, okay. If Babita is here, you were told what? The amount spent by Babita, who had not purchased the wristband, was less than the friend from Lajpat Nagar. So one of these three spots also has to be Lajpat Nagar. But more than the friend from Saket. Now, Babita's amount is greater than Ishita, who is from Vikaspuri, but also from the friend who is from 2900 and it's from Saket. Okay. Also from Saket. And this is also entirely taken care of. This is also entirely taken care of. Farmin was from Ghaziabad. Farmin is from Ghaziabad. Now, where is Farmin? He's not in the first spot. He's not in the second spot. He's not in the third spot. He has to be in one of the third spots. He has to be in one of the third spots. So Ghaziabad comes here along with Farmin. Ghaziabad comes in one of the last three spots along with Farmin. The absolute difference spent between Saira and Dinu was more than 1500. Saira and Dinu. So if Saira is at first spot, Dinu could be at the fourth spot, Dinu could be at the fifth spot, last spot, all of those are possible. And the inverse is also possible. And so Saira Dinu, I'll just go ahead and write this down. Saira Dinu could be 2900, 5500, or could be 2900, 5600. Of course, the value is not known. As in whether Dinu is at 2900 or Saira is at 2900, we don't know. 2900 and 7100 and also 5500 and 7100. Saira and Dinu will necessarily get distributed this way. Okay. Amount spent by Saira was more than that by Babita. So now we know Saira has to be the larger number. Okay. No. For the first three cases, this has to be Saira, this has to be Saira, and this has to be Saira. But less than the friend who belongs to Noida. Either these, so this case is anyway cut out. This case is anyway cut out. This is Dinu, this is Dinu. Additionally, we are told amount spent by Saira was more than that by Babita, but less than that by the friend who belongs to Noida. So Saira cannot be 7100, so Saira can be 5500, and therefore Dinu would be 7100. This possibility also exists. Okay. Okay. Now, that is the end of all the information that we have. That is the end of all the information that we have. Let us read through individual questions. Let's see. How many t-shirts were purchased by the friend who belonged to Saket? Saket is 2900. Within the number of t-shirts they bought were 2. So answer is option 2. We know this for certain. Next, how many of the following combinations are definitely correct? Anita is from Saket. Is Anita guaranteed to be in Saket? Not really. Saket could very well be Dinu, no? So this is gone. Ishita is from Vikaspuri and spent 3200. Yes, this is guaranteed. Saira is from Lajpat Nagar. Saira is from Lajpat Nagar. One shoe, two rings, and one wristband. Can I have Saira Lajpat Nagar at spot 4, Farmin Ghaziabad here, and last spot being Noida and whoever? Saira cannot be at 7100 spot, so let Noida be here, and Saira and Lajpat Nagar be here. This is, oh, I need definitely correct, no? So let me try to disprove this case. Let me try to disprove this case. Can Saira and no, Saira is lower than Noida. Just Saira is here. Oh, I can have Saira at 5600, no? One shoe, two rings, and one wristband. No. I can do it here. Ring is 300. Okay. So can I have, just listing out, Saira Lajpat Nagar here. Then Farmin Ghaziabad here. Anita here. Dinu here. And who is Anita? What is the last spot left? Noida. Yes, this is most definitely possible. There is no violation of any condition. Farmin Ghaziabad is here. Saira Lajpat Nagar is here. Anita Noida is here. So is this necessarily true? Lajpat Nagar, one shoe, two rings. Two rings would mean 400. But we have 300. Two wristbands we have. So this is not definitely true. I can happily remove this from consideration as well. I'll remove all these red marks because they are not necessarily valid. I have a little bit of paucity of space. Otherwise, it would have been represented better. But anyway, last case, Babita, Noida 4700. Babita 4700 is guaranteed. But we know Noida has to be in the final three spots. Babita is definitely not in Noida. So this is also wrong. So how many of the following combinations are definitely correct? There is only one combination, which is Ishita Vikaspuri 3200. Okay. The number of items purchased was maximum for ring is once, ring is twice, thrice, four times, five times, six times. Ring is purchased six times. Wristband once, twice, three times, four times, five times. Wristband is purchased five times. T-shirt is purchased once, twice, thrice, and four times. T-shirt is purchased four times. Bag is 1800. So once, twice, thrice, and also four times. Among the available options, clearly ring was purchased maximum number of times. So option A. And the last one. Which of the following pairs could have spent the least and the maximum amount respectively? Adita and Ishita is wrong. Ishita cannot be the lowest amount. Farmin and Dinu. Dinu coming in the last spot. Farmin coming in the first spot. Okay, least amount. Sorry. Least amount cannot be Farmin. Farmin has to be among the top three amounts. So this is gone. Anita and Dinu. Okay. Ishita and Farmin, this is also wrong. So by default, this is the only one left. Let's see if we can create a case with that. Like this. Let's say least amount is Anita here. If Anita is here, then the only case that works is Saira is here. Dinu is here. And Saira is here. So Dinu is from Noida. So that Farmin is from Ghaziabad. Saira is from Lajpat Nagar. Saira is from Lajpat Nagar. And yes, this is a perfectly acceptable case. Everything is being satisfied. So answer to the final question has to be option C. This is a wonderful set based on lots of logic and lots of case finding and case checking, wherein you don't get to a final table, or at least you get to multiple final tables. If you try to identify how many multiple final tables are there, it is going to take a lot of time. If you simply try to work with whatever conditions again in the question, maybe some path can be found. These are the answers to the questions. Hopefully you learned something.